their coach was playing. And honestly, he was not that bad. It's not like he was really dragging the team down. There's been structural issues with this.
But look at this.
Oh my!
They've missed the kitchen.
Oh, would you look at that? I say, would you look at this and would you look at that?
Oh,
no, Yeti. He's got the shoddy Bugatti, gets run over by Ferda. That was extraordinary sloppiness. You are some... Wow. That's a good point. Shut up and drone. By the way, yeah, Zeno with one. SSG will need to outduel them in the final seconds. Bosco creeps up, takes out Slash, and Bosco, the clutch. Dylan Bosco, the final 3 kills. Here goes Ferda. Anthony and Slash on top of each other, sitting on it, and down goes Anthony, down goes Slash. The diffuser, though, also goes down, but Surf is inside a garage, and I don't think he's going to be able to get there in time as Fultz easily holds it off, and Yeti kills Surf.
The entirety of their team's career, so to speak. And there's a guy in the basement.
There's a walk-in by Ferda again. Shut up. Well, it can spring up at a moment's notice and do some serious damage to you. Anthony, the first kill for Beast Coast. Diffuser walked in, Slash at the halfway mark, but SSG's now retaking. Fultz tries to take the engagement himself, can't do it. Anthony and Surf, Bosco and Hot and Cold to clutch. Anthony has sights on the diffuser, walks right in, Hot and Cold stops him in his station. If they're not careful, it'll allow Beast Coast to swing things back in their favor, and there you go. Damage done to Hot and Cold. They know his position is over. This is not good. Bosco sees the Dokkaebi. Bosco, you just saw the Dokkaebi yet again. Slash goes down. Now it's Bosco to drop. They swing their way in. Rampy gets one for Space Station. Still, SSG an advantage. Fultz continues it, and that's it. Space Station wins their even. There's a nade from Anthony, but it misses! And another bandit trick will come in, and it works as well! But the grenade finally gets him.
Rampy, he can just hide in Harry Potter.
And that's exactly where he's gonna be. Rampy with 5 kills through these 5 rounds. One apace. Anthony and Surf. Anthony on 8 kills, but that's all he's going to get. Rampy breaks 50 on the stage is the real question. Surf looks, does damage to Rampy, takes out Hot and Cold on the nice drag. Rampy just needs to waste 5 seconds. That's it. Decides to pop up. A bit of an ego challenge. And it's Rampy to get the kill. 51 kills for him as well. Bosco still in this spot. Diffuser being planted. And that's an easy pick for him. SSG starting things off. Swung on by Surf. He'll need to grab the diffuser and get the plant down as Beast Coast drops towards the stage. They're stopping Space Station in their tracks, but no! Hot and Cold. It'll be Yeti to cut them off. 9 players still alive when the diffuser goes down. Yeti takes out Zeno before he's finished off by Ferda. Beast Coast, so at least there's some control from above, but Rampy an easy pick. That puts Anthony with 11 kills to die to Rampy as well. How about a 7-0? Is that the first 7-0 this stage?
I believe so, if I have to recall, because they lost 7-1, 7-2 in their first opening games against TSM Exit on Chile. So.
All right, so like some words for us from Space Station Gaming, and how about that? Our first 7-0 since stage 1. Space Station, we have Lycan standing by from Space Station Gaming to chat with us about that last game. Lycan, congrats on the team's win today. So as we look ahead to the major, which I feel like for Space Station, you got to close it out, obviously, in stage 3, but the major is probably starting to be some of the thoughts. What are some of the few sort of points of polish you want to kind of bring through on the team for the last couple matches?
For us, this stage, which is kind of like the reverse of last stage, it's been kind of like mistakes on attack. Last stage, we were making a lot of mistakes on defense. So we wrapped that up, and I kind of feel like the last 2 days, you guys have kind of seen that a little bit cleaner. I mean, today we only had 1 round on the attack, but like against Astralis as well, it went really well. So we're kind of like slowly figuring it out, and we're getting there, and it looks solid.
Like, and I wanted to pick your brain a bit about Clubhouse, aka Dubhouse. It's obviously a map that you guys were very good at back at like SI, and even obviously farther back you can go with this map. But this year, it hasn't been seen very much. You played it once, stage 2, ended up losing it, and then of course once today, dominated onto Beast Coast. Is this a map that's kind of always been in your back pocket, you just haven't really had the chance to play? Or is it something that did kind of fall out previously, you know, in this year, and then you've now brought back into the map pool?
Yeah, I think on our reign, as people like watched, it makes it sound like it's too much us, but like there was other teams that were good at Clubhouse, but teams caught up basically. Like while we were like basically, we learned how to play it faster than anyone else, and I think there are like a couple really good club teams that are in NAL right now. So against those teams, like we choose to go to other maps that are good for us. And then like the teams that we're like willing obviously to go to, they just, because of I think our history with that map, they try to stay away from it. There always seems to be like one team like later on in the stage that'll like take the gamble on it, and like that team will either beat us or we'll beat them or whatever. But like that's kind of how it kind of seems like, at least to us, is like we get one chance at that map like per stage, and then we lose it again.
Yeah, and so when we talked earlier, you were saying that one of the biggest focuses for the entire stage was that you really wanted to iron out a lot of the defensive issues that we saw last stage. And now we've definitely seen a lot of improvement. Is there going to be more improvement, or is this kind of the final form of these SSG defenses?
Yeah, I don't know if you, it's like weird to call it a final form, because in this meta, like every round is kind of its own very unique way. Back with like the old meta, you would see like you slowly clear this utility, then that utility, and you're like, they're slowly making your way to like the end prize of planning. Now it's a lot of like TDM, and it kind of makes it hard to say there's a final form to your defense as you're always adapting. But I think we're continuing to learn, and we're kind of figuring it out now more faster than like other teams are, and that's why I think our percentage is so good.
We talked at the beginning of the stage about your reasons for wanting to bring Yeti into the team. Now that you've had 7 games with him and endless amounts of scrim time, was he the answer that you guys were looking for? And if so, tell me why.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I talked to CDAPS about this as well, like through DMs, is that like a lot of people think this is like a Dex over Yeti thing. And it never really was. It was like finding a person to replace Alex for us. And I think both of those players did it. It just like depended on how we wanted our roles to fit with the other players. And that's like what I tried to explain when we dropped Dex, is I didn't feel like Dex in his like how he plays now should be a flank watch. And we were wanting Fultz to go back to entry and then Matt to go to our flex role. The only role we had for attack was like the flank watch, and it made way more sense with Yeti to like play with him. And I do like I told Dex like I'm cheering for him. It's awesome what they're doing with Mirage, but Yeti, like his energy, like what he brings is like experience is like just above Dex as well, like, and his knowledge of like all the strats. It was like perfect for us, and obviously too it was perfect for Sonic. So it was a huge win-win, I think, for both teams in the off season.
Certainly seems that way results-wise, but focusing on Space Station, congrats on your win today. Good luck in the games tomorrow, and thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.